guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another horror film review. This one's a little bit of a different horror film, more of a psychological horror film. It's an 88 films release of Absolution starring Richard Burton. So before we get on any further, let's have a look at the release. So here is the physical release of Absolution on 88 films. It's quite a recent release from them. We'll just have a little look at the disc. So this comes with a really nice slipcase, a bit like the Tygon ones. I don't believe this is a Tygon film. Doesn't state it's a Tygon film. Doesn't have the indication. All it tells us that it is a 1978 film. It comes with a reversible cover. The disc on Blu-ray. It also comes with a booklet. With an essay about the story. And yes, it does star Billy Connolly. Billy Connolly in a horror film. Would you believe it? So we're going to pop that in there. And that is the physical release of Absolution. So it's a lovely little release there from 88 film, really cool. It's got a lovely slipcase, very similar to the Tygon ones. Really cool. But is there any special features? And is our friend in it, Kim Newman? So this is the main menu for the film Absolution. In the setup, you have a mono. You have an audio commentary with Kim Newman, of course. So it's in mono, this film, on the sound. Special features, we have an audio with Kim Newman and Sean Hogan, an audio commentary with Kevin Lyons, 2018 director's cut, The Devil to Pay, Anthony Page on Absolution, Them and Us, Dominic Guard on Absolution, Image Gallery, original trailer. And that, guys, is the special features on Absolution. Of course he is. And yes, he's made again some audio commentaries in this one. He seems to get everywhere in my collection. I've got more stuff with Kim Newman in it than anything else. But anyway, let's get to the story. So this is based in a Catholic boys' school, boarding school in, I'm not sure if it's what sort of time frame we're looking at. To me, I think it's probably 60s or 70s. And the school is run by Father Goddard, who's played by Richard Burton. And he's quite strict. He's a priest and he runs this Catholic boys' school. The beginning of the film starts, we see this sort of vagabond, if you like, character called Blakey. Yeah, Blakey. Not that Blakey, but a different Blakey. And he's played by Billy Connolly. And he sort of like drives about on his motorbike and sort of moves from place to place. And he sets up home in the woods within the sort of near the school boundary. And we meet some of the pupils in the school. We meet Arthur and Benji, who this film's about. Benji is played by Dominic Guard and Arthur is played by Di Bradley. And they are, first of all, let's talk about Arthur. Now, he's got a disability. He's got like a sort of disabled leg and he has a brace on his leg, which he has to walk with all the time. So he gets picked on a little bit. He's a little bit like the sort of the runt of the school, where they all seem to pick on him. And he's also playing like this female in the school sort of play opera. And so that doesn't help him. But he's quite a nice lad. He comes across as a really nice lad and very humble. And he really tries hard to make friends with Benji. Now, Benji is, I think Father Goddard's got a soft spot for him. He quite likes him, but he's not all there. He's got sort of like a not anti-establishment, but you can sense he doesn't really want to be there. And one day when they're out on a jogging, on a cross-country run, Benji comes across Blakey and sort of befriends Blakey, and that makes him rebel a little bit from the church and the father. And the father doesn't like this guy, and he tells him to stay away from him, but he won't. And then one day Benji wants to confess to the father, and he confesses that he's still been meeting Blakey, and he's had all these sort of sexual thoughts, and Blakey's put him in touch with this female to sort of like, you know, to make love with, and all this sort of thing. And I think he's doing it deliberately. He's just trying to drive Father Goddard mad. I don't think he's actually has done that, but he confesses that he has. And in classrooms, again, everyone's really annoyed, including Father Goddard of Arthur, finds him really sort of irritating. And then Benji goes back to a confession again and tells him that he has killed Blakey. And so the father goes and he tells him he's buried in the woods, and because it's under confession, the Father Goddard cannot tell it to the police. So he knows this, and he's playing with his brain, because when he goes out to look for the body in the woods, he finds like a pumpkin head and all this sort of thing all buried. And then as the film progresses, he goes back to confession again and says it again, that actually this time, Father, I have killed him. And of course he's going to go out and check it again, but this time it is the body of Blakey that's buried there. And all this crazy things goes on, and he's tormenting Father Goddard. So Benji torments Father Goddard throughout the film. And then he confesses again to him, said that he's got intentions to kill Arthur, the disabled lad. So is he going to kill him? Or is this all just a mind game to confuse the father? Let's get to the characters. The characters are fantastic. Richard Burton is superb in this film. Absolutely amazing. I love Richard Burton anyway. My love with Richard Burton started back in the 70s with the release of the War of the Worlds LP, the Jeff Wayne, and because he narrates on that, and I just appreciated him from them and got into his films. And it's great to see him in a really good horror film, and he's really cool in it. The two lads, Benji played by Dominic Gard and Arthur played by Di Bradley, again, they're fantastic. Really, really cool. Very well spoken young British lads, as they would be if they're from this high class sort of Catholic boarding boys school, and they're like that. And it's great to see Billy Connolly in a horror film, which is quite unusual. And again, his character is very likeable, but he plays Billy Connolly pretty much, the banjo playing guy in the woods that's not supposed to be there. And as we look through some of the other cast that we got in the film, we got the headmaster played by Andy Kerr, we got Brigadier Walsh played by Wilbury Gray, Father Hibbert by Preston Lockwood, Father Matthews played by James Ottaway, Father Clarence played by Brooke Williams, Father Piers played by John Plowman. You see there's a lot of fathers in it. Mr. Gladstone by Trevor Martin, Luella played by Sharon Deuce, First Policeman played by Brian Glover. He makes an appearance in this film. And there's loads of other sort of characters within this sort of film that are wonderful. Final verdict. This is an amazing, amazing watch. I'm going to score it a 9 out of 10. It is that good. It is that good. It's fantastic. It's such a gripping story. The story is phenomenal. So this lad is tormenting this priest because he's done it all in confession, and he can't go and say anything. And then it just all plays out, and you think, which way is this going to go? Which way is it going to go? Then bam! The last 10 minutes is a shocking end to the film. It's got a twist in it, and it's got a shocking end in the film. It is an 18 certificate, and I just thought there's not a lot in it for an 18 certificate, and there isn't. But there is a bit of a sort of graphical sort of kill at the end of the film, which I won't go into, which is probably why it's got an 18 certificate. But apart from that, there's nothing else in it to make it an 18. But the ending, oh my goodness, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely amazing, really, really cool, because it's quite tense all the way through, because you're just thinking, you want to get hold of this Benji, and you think, why are you being such an arsehole to this guy? I know he's a miserable priest. You know, he's got no sense of humour, he's very strict, but he don't deserve that sort of treatment. But it is phenomenal. It's a great film. Now, the pluses of this edition, as well as being well acted and being a great story, it looks nice. It does. The colours are a bit drab and a bit drained in it, but it is a 1978 film, probably on a shoestring budget. But it is so good. Guys, you've got to get this film. If you like films like Beware the Brethren and you enjoyed that, I think you'll probably enjoy this. And if you like Hitchcock films, you will definitely enjoy it if you like Hitchcock films. But it's a real cool psychological horror film. Absolution, 9 out of 10. What a release. I am so happy to have this film in my collection. It's amazing. Guys, you got to watch it. If not, go and check out some other horror channels. Check out The Maniac. Check out Skin Crawler. Check out Mondo Chekovic. Check out The Horror Geek. Check out Cat Watches Horror Movies. Grumpy Andrew's Horror House. Check out Sammy G's World of Cinema. And a massive shout out to the lad. Till next time, look after yourselves. Look after one another, and I really hope I see you all soon.